for tail sheets for $5.98. Let me see that, Chuck.
Oh, for Pete's sake, sis, read your own paper.
Oh, don't be so grumpy. Nobody sent me a single sheet. My gosh, I'll have to buy all myself.
Boy, oh, boy. You know, this Angel team is really hot this year.
Well, that's a doggone dirty shame.
Huh? Why is it?
42 kids arrested. They arrested every single one of them.
They arrested him for what?
Yeah, for crashing a party.
That's nothing. Kids at our school do that all the time.
Remember when they tried to get in a Missy's party and then they threw rocks in the windows because you wouldn't let them in?
These kids had marijuana in their possession and liquor. Well, a fine, vicious bunch, I'll say.
Father, what makes kids do things like that?
Well, it's hard to say. Environment has a lot to do with it, but in this case, some of these kids have come from the best families in town.
Well, what makes them do it?
Well, I think it's for a thrill, I guess, or probably, you know, an expression of rebellion against parental domination or something. Maybe too much money to spend, and in some cases, too much freedom in the home.
Not bad psychology, Dad. You ought to buy a couch and hang out your shingles.
Yeah, oh, no, cut that. Want to see who the door?
I'll get it. I'm through anyway.
Oh, that probably could be your mother with a wire. You know, her mother was sending a wire. She told me she'd let me know as soon as she left Grandma's with the twins.
Gosh, that makes a fellow stop and wonder.
Yeah, it certainly does, doesn't it?
To think that I might grow up and get married and my kids might turn out like that.
Oh, well, no. I don't think there's any danger of that, Chuck.
Yeah, but how can you tell, Dad?
Well, because it's up to the parents. I think if parents, Chuck, if they give their children love and understanding and let them know that they are important as individuals, I think their chances for going wrong are very much diminished. I've thought of that for...
Jeff, what are you doing here?
Are you kidding? Any objections?
What do you think?
How about that? That's what I like, a nice, warm welcome. And I want you to know, my little girl, that after we're married, I expect this sort of thing every hour on the hour.
When are you going to work?
He works in paradise.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it won't be long now, honey. Only 4 more weeks, you know.
Just 30 days, 6 hours, and 20 minutes.
Yeah. How are we going to stand it, huh?
Well, maybe a cup of hot coffee would help.
Yeah, with some toast?
Oh, come on.
How's that ball team of yours coming, Chuck?
Oh, not bad, Dad. We need some pictures.
Oh, pictures. Well, they're tough to find, you know. You can't all...
Look who I found outside.
Look who...
Jeff!
Hey,
Well.
Hello,
Mr.
Jeff.
Ruggles, nice to see you. Chuck, boy, how are
Anything
you?
wrong with you?
Oh, no. Nothing that a cup of coffee won't cure.
Oh, well, we didn't expect you till tomorrow, boy. Chuck, get Jeff a cup of coffee there.
Oh, well, how does he rate such great service?
Oh, I'll do the same for you someday,
Come
boy.
on, Jeff, sit down.
Yeah,
Here, fellas, what's the idea here, fella? What is it? What is it?
Well, look at you. You know something? You're more beautiful every time I see you.
Oh, you just say that because I'm so gullible.
All right, cut out the gullible and the stuff now. Come on, give us the lowdown, Jeff.
Lowdown?
Yeah, why'd you come early?
Well, it's not for the reason that you might expect at all. Now, as a matter of fact, it's one of my students, Little Trouble. My first baseman, the best first baseman I ever had, ran away from school and came up here to L.A., and it's my job to try to bring him back.
Sounds pretty tough. He doesn't want to come back.
Yeah, it is tough, but Eddie Nelson's too nice a kid not to make a stab at it.
Yeah. Who'd you say?
Eddie Nelson.
Eddie Nelson.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That sounds familiar, that name. Eddie Nelson. Where the...
Oh, wait a minute. Don't
Yes,
tell me
sir,
it's in a
Michael.
mess already.
Yes, sir, he certainly is. Eddie Nelson and 41 other kids were arrested last night for crashing a party.
Oh, I see. Eddie Nelson.
Is that your boy?
Yeah, it's him, all right.
Uh-huh. Well, what do you think about that?
What to think, Mr. Nelson? Mr. Ruggles, except the fact that probably Eddie just, you know, he wanted a few cheap thrills. But then on the other hand, we have to stop and think about the fact that maybe this could lead to some serious problems.
Well, it looks like he had a very good start last night, doesn't it? Huh?
Yeah, well, that's not the first time he's been in a jam, though.
I don't understand it, Jeff. How can a boy who goes to college in New Mexico get mixed up with this Moran gang?
Well, he was mixed up with him before he went to school. His father, you know, figured if he sent him down to get him away from the gang and forget him.
Oh, well, I imagine that looks like Mr. Nelson Sr. took the easy way, huh?
Yeah, only it didn't work for him.
You think you can get him to go back?
Well, I certainly am going to try. I mean, I certainly could use that kid on my ball team.
Oh, getting the boy to walk right hasn't anything to do with it, huh? You're not fooling me, son.
Well, I'd be a heck of a coach if I wasn't interested in my kids.
Well,
Well, if you'll excuse me, I have to go.
hold on. You got some dishes to do, boy. Don't get away with that, you know.
Here you are, Jeff. You'll be needing the practice, and I've got things to do.
Molly, how am I going to do it? How am I going to get this kid to see that life at Winston plus an education is worthwhile staying there for?
How are you going to get him back in the first place? That's the question.
You say this fellow likes baseball, Jeff, huh?
Yeah, that's about the only sport he does like.
Yeah. Have you any other fellows in college that could hold down that hot spot?
Yeah, there are a couple of them. Not the first baseman that Eddie is.
Oh, well, why don't you make Eddie think that they are? Make him fight for his position.
Hey, that's a good idea. You know, sort of stir up a little competition, huh?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'll make him forget this silly gang business.
Yeah, you know, I might try that after I get him back to school. Of course, right now, my first problem is to get him back to school.
Jeff?
Hmm?
You mind if I have a talk with that fella?
Well, no, I think it'd be wonderful. Would you, Mr.
Do you
Ruggles?
think you could persuade him?
Well, I don't know. I think it's worth a try.
Boy, that'd be great, but... Hey, wait a minute. Just suppose we could talk to him. You know, I mean, with the police letters after last night.
Well, I'll tell you, I have a friend down at headquarters, Sergeant Mallory. See, he's a pretty good guy. And maybe I'll give him a ring and see what's cooking, huh?
Why? Why, thank you.
Oh, boy, these spring vacations. After a couple of days, the fellow doesn't know what to do with himself.
Why don't you try a dust rag? Hey, Chuck, did I tell you what happened with Eddie Nelson?
No.
Well, Father called Sergeant Mallory and found out he was already released. He only crashed the party.
Oh, that's a point in his favor.
So Sergeant Mallory told Father where this Rocky Moran crowd hangs up, so he and Jeff went right down there. He's probably talking to Eddie right now.
Nothing doing, Coach. I'm not going back.
I give up, Mr. Ruggles. You take a stab at it.
Now, look here, Eddie. Now, you really haven't given us a good reason why you don't want to go back.
Okay, I will. All my life, I've been pushed around, doing what my father tells me to do, going where he tells me to go. Summer camps, winter camps, dude ranches, and now Winston. You know why? Because all I am to him is a nuisance.
Oh, now, take it easy now.
Take it easy. How would you feel if your folks didn't want you around? How would you feel if they sent you off to some college just to get rid of you?
Well,
That's a swell feeling knowing that nobody wants you.
Yeah, oh, now, wait a minute. Now, Jeff here wants you.
Of course I don't want you, Eddie, and so doesn't the rest of the team.
Oh, sure. But you fellas aren't my folks. I'm gonna get even with my father if it's the last thing I do. Now, if you guys don't mind, let's just
No,
break
wait
this
a
up.
minute, Eddie. Wait a minute. Look, do me a favor, will you? Why don't you go home and have a talk with your father? He's probably a real right guy, you know? Just try to understand him.
Oh, I understand him all right, and I don't want to go home.
Okay. Well, if you don't want to go, how about coming home with me for a while?
What for?
Well, you might at least clean up a bit, you know, and take a shower.
Well, I could use that. Couldn't stay very long, though. I got plans for the night.
Well, that's okay. You know what you have to do. How's about it?
Okay. What have I got to lose?
Good. You get the car, kid. I'll pay the bill. Oh, Eddie, you forgot.
Hey, that's pretty good there, Eddie.
I don't need a basket.
Yeah, not with that magic glove of his, he doesn't.
Magic?
Yeah, he thinks so much of that glove, I bet he'd take it to bed with him.
It's not that bad.
Hey, you know, he can really wing him in there, too. Oh, look at
I
him.
can throw him harder than that.
I bet he's a pretty handy guy to have on the team, huh, Jeff?
Yeah, if I had him.
You know, Jeff's not a bad coach, and he's a pretty good guy, too.
Never said he wasn't.
He's got to be, or I wouldn't let him marry my sister.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Chuck. I didn't know that you cared.
Yeah, mind if I cut in, huh?
Did you do that on purpose, or was it an accident?
Oh, no, I used to play when I was younger, boy.
Well, Mr. Ruggles, I should have signed you up.
Yeah, you ought to see Dad catch him when I'm pitching him.
Yeah.
Oh?
You changed your mind, Eddie, about going back with the coach?
Nope.
Well, you know, you're going to put the whole team on the spot, Eddie.
Nope. I'm not that good.
Yeah. Now, you know something, Eddie? I believe you're right.
Was that so? Burn a couple into me, Chuck.
Okay.
Huh? Yeah. Let me have one, will you, Chuck? All right, now watch this.
So you mind if I use your phone, Mr. Ruggles?
Yeah, go right ahead. Here, I'll show you where it is.
Oh, that's okay. I saw it in the hall. You fellas keep on playing. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure thing, sure thing. I wonder who he's going to talk to.
You know, I may be overly suspicious, Jeff, but I have an idea that he wants to keep us out here.
Yeah, I know, Rocky, but I don't think I'll be able to make it. I know it's important, but... What do you mean, make it or else? No, I'm not yelling. I'm not afraid to pull a real job with you guys. It's just that I... Well, okay, I'm listening. Where? I better be careful over the phone. Midnight? Yeah. Okay, by that time I'll be able to make it. Okay. Yeah. Midnight.
Looks like your boy is way in over his head, you know it?
Yeah. I'm worried, Mr. Ruggles. We've got to do something.
Yeah, but what?
I don't know. You tell me.
Seems to me, I think Eddie, you know, is a little bit afraid of this Rocky guy.
Yeah, I agree with you. Too proud to admit it to himself.
Jeff, there's only one thing to do, as I can see it.
Well, one's enough, if that's it.
We have got to stop that boy from keeping that date, that's all.
The only way we could do that would be to hit him on the head with a baseball bat. Hey, that might not be a bad idea.
Oh, cut it out.
Just a fleeting impulse. Well, how then?
Well, the first thing to do would be to persuade him to stay for dinner, wouldn't it?
Well, this is one thing he can do with that. He loves to eat. Then what?
Well, then after that, we'll have to leave it up to circumstances and our own ingenuity, that's all.
All right, now, I just don't happen to feel very ingenious.
Let's see.
All I want is some plain and simple way to explain to this kid that crime does not pay.
Wait a minute. I think I can get some help, boy.
Yeah, how's that?
Well, Sergeant Mallory down at the police station, you see, is a friend of mine.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Ruggles. We're trying to keep Eddie away from the police.
Yeah, I know, but he has some very convincing materials in his files that I think I can borrow, and,
Oh? Well, look, I don't know what you have up your sleeve, but maybe we ought to try it.
Yeah, he's still out there with Chuck. Now, I'll tell you what you do.
Yeah?
You keep him busy with the baseball, see?
Yeah.
With Chuck, you and Chuck, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, ask Sharon to invite him to stay for dinner,
Well, look, he'll stay to dinner if I have to hit him on the head with a foul ball.
Oh, yeah, now, wait. Be patient, you know.
Patient, yeah, patient.
By golly, Sharon, you know, I got to say something for you. You certainly, your mother will be very proud of you. This isn't bad food.
Didn't turn out bad at all. How about you, Eddie? You want another piece?
Oh, no, thanks. I've had twice too much already.
Well, how did you arrive at that? How much is too much?
Oh, I know my capacity. I'm full.
Yeah.
So am I, but I'm still hungry.
Oh, get him. You know, sometimes I think Chuck was born with an emergency storage tank.
Here we are. Yeah, well, shall we have our coffee here, or shall we adjourn to the main hall?
Why don't we go in the living room?
What's the matter?
My gosh, that smells strong.
Young lady, I'll have you know I only use coffee beans with mussels.
Oh,
Well, let's go in the main hall, because I don't like to hurry you guys, but I have a little surprise for you.
I thought you had something on your mind. What is it?
Yeah, well, I have arranged for some tickets through a friend of mine to the box seats of the ball game tonight.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, Hollywood and Seattle are playing, you know, the opening of the season. It ought to be a great game, huh?
Sure.
Thanks just the same, but I can't go.
Oh, now, what do you mean you can't go? You might pick up a few pointers, Eddie.
Yeah, I know, but I...
Hey, heck, Seattle's got a pretty good first baseman this year.
You might be one of those first basemen yourself sometime.
No.
Yeah, wait a minute now, and I know some of the fellas on the team, and maybe we can go back in the dressing room and say hello before the game. What do you say?
Well,
Come on, Eddie, you can't miss that.
Well, I might have to leave early.
Well, sure, you know what you have to do better than anyone else, sure, but at least you can see part of the game. How's about it?
Okay. Thanks a lot, Mr. Ruggles.
Good boy, good boy. Now, Sharon, now, we'll all just have time for a cup of coffee, I think, if you'll pour, will you?
Ask Mr. Logan. He made it.
Huh?
Oh, now, wait a minute. I can't be in the doghouse already.
You all are. How come I wasn't invited to the game?
Well, you were, dear.
Yeah, you were included.
Oh, all right. All right, I accept your apology.
Oh, well, then come on, get your hat and coat, and let's go.
No, thank you. I don't like baseball.
Well, then, what do you mean? Why all the fuss?
I just wanted to be invited. I didn't want to go.
Oh, well, Mr. Ruggles, I think I'm going to have trouble with your dog.
Yeah, I've been having trouble for many years. Hey, you know what they say about...
You want to do this, please? You will? There you go.
It's a hit, and there it goes. Up, over the fence.
Baseball.
But I tell you, Eddie, pictures like that don't pop up every day in the
Yeah,
world.
boy, 2-2 at the end of the night. What a game.
Too bad we couldn't have stayed and seen the finish of it.
Oh, you could have stayed. You didn't have to leave just because I had to.
Well, no,
I could
Eddie,
have just come back and got my glove and left. I'm sorry I forgot to take it with me.
Well, frankly, Eddie, the reason we came back with you is because we thought we might be able to persuade you to stay over a little while.
No, I told you I got to be downtown before midnight.
Now, wait a minute, Eddie. What's so urgent?
Look, I got my glove. Now all I want to do is go.
Eddie, come here, my shirt. Now, look at that, fella. You can't possibly leave without a
Oh,
sandwich
no,
and a glass
I
of milk.
can't. I haven't got time.
Come on now. Sharon made them. Come on, have one now, will you, huh?
All right, just one.
Oh,
That's a
good.
boy.
Here, I'll get you some milk.
Sir, nothing like a ball game to whet your appetite.
Here
you are, Eddie. Have one, boy.
There you go, boy.
Yeah, you get yourself some there, Chuck. You want some?
Oh, brother, am I ever bushed?
There we go.
You're bushed.
Does anybody mind if I just grab one of these and go on up to bed?
No, go on. I'll be up in a little while. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, so long, Eddie. And look, if you change your mind about staying over, well, come on up and crawl in my sack.
Well, thanks just the same, Chuck, but I won't be staying.
Oh, okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Chuck.
Good night. Good night. How you doing with that? All right?
Fine.
You want another one? Huh?
No, thanks.
Huh? Oh, now, cut that out. My goodness, that Chuck's idea is getting contagious, that yawning thing there, isn't it?
Haven't been getting very much sleep lately.
Oh? How much?
Does it make any difference?
Well, sure it does, Eddie. You're my star athlete.
Of Winston College, that's a laugh.
Well, it might be a laugh to you, Eddie, but it's not to me. Winston is very important in my life. You know?
Hey, you bet your life. You know, Eddie, all big ball players had their start with small teams. You take Babe Ruth, for instance.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, now, I've got a mess of pictures here that I'd like to show you, Eddie. A friend of mine's been collecting them for years. Pictures some old-time ball players that you probably have never seen. I want to show you some. It's here, right on top. There's Babe Ruth. What a ball player, huh?
Yes, sir. The greatest hitter of all time.
Ah, yes, sir. It's too bad that you weren't old enough to see him swat one. What a magnificent sight that was.
Well, I read about him.
Yeah, and there's old Ty Cobb. Yes, sir. And look, there's Tinker and Evers. What a double play combination that was.
Yeah.
Tinker to Evers to Chance.
You're not kidding, boy. All good, clean, honest athletes.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this guy isn't any ball player.
Huh? Well, how did that get in there? No, he was not in that class, Eddie, no. But he was well known. He had his picture in the paper, too. Mm-hmm.
John Dillinger?
John Dillinger, that's right, yes. I guess that you were too young to remember that. He hasn't been in the headlines for quite some time.
No.
John Dillinger was a pretty tough guy.
Yes, sir. Started with a penny ante business, worked himself right up to first-class robberies.
Yeah? Well, where is he now?
He's dead, Eddie, riddled by police bullets. Oh, you remember who this is?
Wow. Isn't it, hey, isn't that one of the Barker gang?
Yeah, it was one of the Barker gang. The whole mob was wiped out, shooting it out with the police. Yeah. Oh, here's one. You know who that was?
No.
Alvin Carpus. Not a very pretty sight, is it, huh? Right there. Well, there's a lot more, Eddie. A lot of more smart guys here, you know, that either had a grudge against society or just went in for the thrills. But they all got caught.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Even the smart ones get dumb once in a while.
Yeah, and you know why? Because the citizens in this country are smarter.
And tougher.
That's right, because they have a police force. A huge army of men they pay to fight crime. And for every one crook, there's over 500 of those guys whose business it is to catch them. 500 to 1. That's pretty steep odds, don't you think so, Eddie?
You're not kidding.
By golly, you know, I think there's some chocolate cake out in that kitchen there, and I feel like dissipating. How about some, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I gotta go.
No, wait, Eddie. Just take 5 more minutes, huh? Until you've had a piece of Mrs. Ruggles' chocolate cake, you have not lived. Now, just sit here for 5 minutes. We'll be right back, huh?
We'll get some. Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still.
Oh, brother, all right. Well, here's an extra economy size for our guest here.
Yeah, the only trouble is what are we going to do after he eats the cake? I don't know whether we can stall anymore or not.
Well, now, we'll do something. But if it works or not, Jeff, I just want you to know something.
Oh, what's that, Miss Ruggles?
There has been a decided change in my opinion of you.
Well, from the past, or your past record, may I say, it certainly can't be anything but for the better.
Well, I admit I was a bit hasty, but seeing the interest you've taken in that boy out there is... Well, let's say that I feel that I'm going to be pretty proud to have you as a son-in-law.
Well, thank you. Thank you, sir, very much.
Grab yourself a piece and bring a couple of forks, will you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, he's dead to the world.
Yeah. Oh, 25 minutes left. 25 minutes of 12.
25 at 12. Yeah. Tell you what you do, we'll sit down and hope.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Eddie. Jeff. Eddie's gone. He's gone.
Oh, well, where'd he go?
You know about that? Huh? Oh, doggone it. He must have sneaked out while we were dozing off the minute we did.
Yeah, a pair of watchdogs we turned out to be. Oh. Hey, wait a minute.
What do you think of that?
Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Oh, just what I thought.
What?
Look at this.
What is it? Rocky Moran and gang captured after a running gunfight with police. Harris McGill, night watchman for petroleum product, was seriously wounded by shots from guns of juvenile hoodlums. Rocky and his entire gang have been booked on charges of armed robbery and attempted murder. Well, Jeff, it looks like we really fell down on the job, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. How did this paper get in here?
Well, I don't
Chuck?
know.
Sharon?
I brought it in, Mr. Ruggles. I woke up early, just got myself a glass of milk.
Hey, boy, oh, boy, are we glad to see you, fella.
Well, Eddie, boy, well, we thought that you were...
I know, I read it.
You read it, huh? Well, boy, you don't know how glad we are to see you this morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, both of you, for... Well, thanks for everything.
No trouble. Don't mention that, Eddie. It's okay.
I've been doing a lot of thinking since I woke up.
Oh? Important thinking?
Well, maybe. I kind of thought that if I wanted to play games, I'd rather stop baseballs and hot lead.
Well, now, that's a swell decision. Anything else, Eddie?
Well, I decided that if people can be as interested in me as you and Mr. Logan have been, it's about time I gave up some of my own private resentments and thought about somebody else for a change.
Well, now you're saying something.
I'm ready to go back, Mr. Logan.
Good, Eddie. Good.
You know something?
What's that?
I'm going to make you the best first baseman Winston College ever had.
Ah, that's impossible. You're already my best first baseman. But anyway, thanks for the sentiment. Eddie, you don't know how good it makes me feel.
Yeah, and that goes double, fella. You're a great guy, Eddie. And baseball is a wonderful game because it teaches fair play and square dealing. There's only one time in baseball when honesty is not the best policy.
When's that?
When you have a chance to steal a base.